Welcome back to Distracted Driving. I'm Sean Genovese.
I'm Rex Williams.
Our last episode featured the first part of a conversation that we had with our friend Andrea Clough.
Clough, like tough.
That's right.
It's enough.
It got heavy.
Yeah.
We talked about dog poop.
Yeah. Deep. We went in deep.
We talked about death.
Oh yeah. Singing. Good stuff. Yeah.
And today we have the rest of the conversation where you get to find out what an idea party is and maybe how you could participate in one, or maybe you want to host one yourself.
Yeah. Everybody loves a party. It's
and
great.
Most importantly, you're going to find out how to figure out what it is you really want and what the obstacles are to achieving what you want.
Andrea is really good. She's awesome. She's a real pro on how to dig in and help you see that in such a kind way. Like, she's so kind.
Yes. And I just read, she sends out a monthly newsletter, and I just read her, I don't know if it's a newsletter so much as
on LinkedIn.
No, she does it via email.
Oh, okay.
She's got a mailing list that she started, and she puts, there's like 4 components to it. There's usually a link to a new blog post article that she's got.
Mm-hmm.
And then there'll be some kind of a story that maybe she didn't write. And then a new learning. And the new learning for this month is about how fire hydrants are color-coded.
I did see something about that.
Where do you suppose she learned that? So
yeah. She's
fun.
Always writing. She's got great content. Yeah, I like her stuff on LinkedIn. She's doing great.
All right. Well, let's again remove ourselves as the obstacle here, and let's let you hear part 2 of our conversation with Andrea Clough. Well, okay. I think that's a good segue to. I wanted to talk a little bit about the idea parties, and I know that. The idea for the idea party was not necessarily original to you, but you're the person who introduced me to it, and I attended one. So could you describe briefly the idea party? And then I'm interested in, what's been your observation and your takeaway from those? You've done a few of them now.
Mm-hmm. So introduce the idea party. The idea party is a place where people gather with the idea to come and help each other. We all want something. We all have a desire. Some we've been holding on to for a long time and never shared it with people. Mm-hmm. So the idea is that to come together in this space where we use 2 sentences. I want ... and my obstacle is ... And as we listen to each other, I will solve your obstacles for you, with you, and with the others. So it's this concept of the kindness in others and how our brain works. For me, it's easier to solve your obstacle than my obstacle.
Mm.
And when we're collectively doing it, then it's some kind of a motivator too. Your idea sparks another idea in me, and then I'll offer that and somebody else's. And really, it's an amazing space to come and experience the kindness of the people around us, and then to move forward towards what we want. Let's move forward towards a happier life, the life that we always wanted. And the intention is that if you get what you want, and you do what you want, and you feel great about it, then the world will be a better place, because we all are doing what we want, and we're all helping each other to get through obstacles, and we're all gonna live in peace.
That's awesome.
The first question is what do I want, right? Do I have that right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want?
Yeah.
Yes.
What do I
And
want?
then you kind of crowdsource
Yeah,
for people to help
and
you.
so do you find that people know what they want? Do they come in? Because I feel like
She is a coach, and she
when I
helps
did
you.
this,
Yeah.
Yes.
it did not start well.
Well, you told me a story, Andrea, about someone was kind of just joking, like, "Well, I want $1 million," So that's what they said, and like, okay, do you really want $1 million? Is that what you? And you like dug into it, and you brought it out of her. It's like, well, I mean, yeah, it'd be great. Everybody wants more money, but it was more like she realized she wanted a more fulfilling job, like, and that's what she really wanted, but she wouldn't say that, and you were able to like bring it out of her through some questioning and stuff. So that was a great story.
Yes, it's great because both of you actually have experienced the idea party, just different occasions.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that is exactly what's happening. We as adults now, most of the adults don't know what we want because nobody has asked us what we want. And not as often. As children,
unless it's dinner. I get that every day. What do you want for dinner? Oh my God, why are you asking me again?
Yes.
Yeah.
We expect people to know what we want.
Yeah.
Because either we said it so many times, but people don't believe us that that's really what we want. So they write us off. So either we said it too many times or we're afraid to say it and we haven't said it, never said it out loud. Or we're confused, we're distracted because of all the things that the society and others are telling us that we want. People who are graduating, I was myself too, came to the US. The norm was to want a career and then maybe a family and then kids and a house and a dog, and I have chickens instead. So they
both poop, don't they?
Oh, they do. So we're distracted and we don't know what we want. But in that space, when somebody really, and it's about really people who enter that space know that everybody who's in there came with the intention to help and also came with the intention to listen, to really listen to what each other's wants are. And I experienced it myself. It's a great space to kind of peel the onion back of, is that really what I want? Just like to happen to that woman. Is it really that I don't know how to save to get $1 million or how to earn money, how to put it in the bank? And really it's about, and I'm using obstacles very intentionally versus problems, because problems sometimes turn into problems with someone. And obstacles are always non-human.
Very interesting. And obstacles have a different connotation of in the way of somewhere where you're going, versus a problem is just kind of like
overwhelmingly big. I don't know how to handle it. It's either too big, too out there, too heavy, so forth.
Yeah, well, problems need to be solved, and that can be complex. But obstacles can be removed, or moved,
worked around,
or circumvented.
Around.
Yeah, just build a road around.
Yes. So when we solve obstacles together, you think about something that I would have never thought because I don't have that experience. And that also, so you asked me what happens in these idea parties is that people bring their experiences with them and they share some of the solutions to these obstacles that I'm going to repeat myself. I myself never thought about that. And then we enter in this territory of expanding what I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. But when I have people around me who share and willing to be open about their experiences, then we collectively expand our knowledge circle.
Well, and just to be clear, when you said, you get different perspectives and things that you wouldn't have thought of. So the other participants that are at the party, you've got one person who's going through and saying, this is what I want, and this is the obstacle. And then whoever else is there is asking clarifying questions and trying to dig into that. And that's where having the different perspectives, you in some cases, at least in my experience, when I participated, you start with what you think is the problem statement, and then you end up maybe someplace different.
Yeah. And not only that, people help you hone the problem statement, but they also have different connections and skills and network to help solve your problem. So I think it was like, oh, well, I know so-and-so who does
or
this.
Define what you want. Yeah.
Well, even the solutions, like, if I need a new roof, then, well, I know so-and-so that's a roofer and they can help you, just kind of like that kind of stuff too, right?
Yes.
Well, when is the next party?
Oh, the next party is, so all parties are on the 13th of the month. Oh, so the next one is June 13th.
That's a Monday, I think.
From 10 to 12. Correct. It's a Monday. Yep.
From 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific time. Yes, because we'd like to believe we have a worldwide audience.
Our world.
That time works for folks in Europe.
How do people get to the party? Do they need an invitation? You gotta have coops.
They do need an invitation. So
RSVP.
They do. I would like to know who they are, so that we make sure we let the people in who want to be there, and we want to be there. So yes, the invitation, the requests come to me, and then I invite them, send them the Zoom link, and then they're in. So that's that. It just takes send me a note.
Well, that's probably a pretty good place to start parking the car here. So how would somebody find you? Where does somebody go to find the Engineer Whisperer? Whether they want to participate in an idea party, or maybe they're looking for a coach, or maybe they just like soft-spoken words.
Well, the best place is to go to my website, andreaclough.com. And then I am also active on LinkedIn.
Yes, you are.
So you can find me there. And
AndreaClough.
Yes.
Oh,
right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I did.
Show notes. Put in the show notes.
Yeah. What did you say, Rex?
Oh, are you posting every day on LinkedIn?
Almost.
Yeah.
I'm human, and there are days when.
Yeah, but
she is amazing. Very prolific.
Really
on
good.
On the LinkedIn.
I'm just totally impressed whenever I read your stuff. I'm like, here's another one. It's great stories and insights and things. So I really enjoy your content there.
Yeah. You have a newsletter too that you started sending out, as I recall.
I do. Yes. And I'm working on my own podcast too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. And so when that comes out, well, actually, so that's the funny thing I was going to tell you before we got started. And then I started to tell her a story, Rex, before you jumped on, and wait, no, we got to save this. So we've recorded the first couple of episodes really just to get the kinks out, figure out all the syndication, make sure we're on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts. And I actually haven't confirmed that we're live on all those platforms yet. So I haven't, and Rex, we haven't even advertised the podcast. We haven't really told anybody that we've started.
Yeah, we're just
not
like
that it's a secret. It's just that we thought, well, it's not ready yet. And then we invited you on the show, and we invited we got a couple other guests lined up, and y'all started posting on LinkedIn about it, and which is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, well, okay, it's time.
Yeah.
I think that's how life is. but it's something that offers value, then you want to share it. And that's back to the idea part is we have so much wealth and wisdom and knowledge inside of us through the experiences that we lived through with our as children and then as grown-ups, work, so forth, personal. When we're in that space where people we feel that we're trusted and they want us to share, we're so willing to do that. And that's one of the things that I listened to the podcast just to check it out and see what to expect. And I was so inspired. I need to share this. This is hilarious. Now, it has to do with engineers, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, how many engineers do we need to change light bulbs? And your story was so much better than that one.
Well,
it was a great story. Yeah.
We appreciate your enthusiasm, and you actually inspired me. The way that you retold that portion of the story, to give it a hook. I'm going to steal that approach when we do officially start publicizing it, which is going to be very, very soon here. I'm just waiting to get that last confirmation that people can actually find us as we tell people to go find us. Yeah. But that was great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for the inspiration.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I think that's probably about it for this episode. So again, you're at
so much.
Andrea Clough like tough.com.
Clough like tough. That's enough.
Andrea spells like Andrea, pronounced Andrea. Clough, just like tough, but with a CL instead of a T. And we'll be looking for your podcast. Yeah.
And you saw how we started. All you got to do is start by starting. It's not very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, it helps us get going. So,
All right. And let's see. We are at www.distracteddrivingpodcast.com.
Yes.
That does work. So tell a friend, share on the LinkedIn. And until next time, I'm Sean Genovese.
Rex Williams. Don't get distracted.
Don't get distracted.
While driving to your dreams.
Yeah, we're totally cutting that out.
What do you mean? We're totally cutting that out.
I always say that, and I never do.